Go ahead. Turn it up. It's the Record Machine Show with your host, Jimmy Howe.
Talked down to by the queen bee bully of the 5th grade. Always in my face, always something to say. There's only so much that a girl can take. She never saw it coming when I didn't back down. Right hook flying and she hit the ground. She should have known from my family name I ain't just a pretty face. I can pull a hook from a largemouth bass and skin a coon with my bare hands. Know my way to 4th gear on an old John Deere. Camel cap on these curls, a little tomboy in diamonds and pearls. Daddy wanted a boy, wanted a boy. Mama gave him a girl, gave him a girl, gave him a girl. Mama gave him a girl, gave him a girl, gave him a girl. Daddy made sure I can tear down clean up a 30-06. Yeah, to this day I can handle her. Get a flat on my tread, yeah, I can turn a wrench. Change a muddy tire on a Wrangler. Mama might have made me wear pink. Daddy taught me how to drink. I can pull a hook from a largemouth bass, skin a coon with my bare hands. Know my way to 4th gear on an old John Deere. Camel cap on these curls, a little tomboy in diamonds and pearls. Daddy wanted a boy, wanted a boy. Mama gave him a girl, gave him a girl, gave him a girl. Spin a little Marvin Gaye and some Chardonnay while the cowgirl's taking me away. Mama kept the girl in me true. Oh, but Daddy did too. My daddy did too. I can pull a hook from a largemouth bass, skin a coon with my bare hands. Know my way to 4th gear on an old John Deere. Camel cap on these curls, a little tomboy in diamonds and pearls. Daddy wanted a boy, wanted a boy. Yeah, they got the best of both worlds. Mama gave him a girl, gave him a girl, gave him a girl. Mama gave him a girl, gave him a girl, gave him a girl. That's me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome country recording artist Brei Carter to the program. Brei, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing very good. Where are you located today?
I am in Nashville. How about you?
I live in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh, nice. Okay, but you guys are you having a little kind of wonky weather?
It's about 55 today.
That sounds pretty good to me.
How's it by you?
It was like mid 60s or low 60s, should I say? Maybe not mid, maybe low 60s.
So tell me a little bit about your musical background. When did you get started in music?
My running joke is that I was singing in the womb.
Okay.
I know you're like, okay. So pretty much I come from a background, my family's, all of them would sing. So I grew up in the choir in the country. And my mom, my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, and cousins and what have you, everyone would sing. And there were some really powerful voices, in my family. So unfortunately, I never truly found my voice as a kid. Although I would sing, I was just, I don't know, I just lost my confidence along the way. And for me, it was more like public speaking. And, I did pageants along the way. And it was more like, okay, monologues and dancing and other things. And then, unfortunately, when my biological father passed away, like in 2014, just the burning desire, the passion in me said, girl, you got to go for it. You got to find your voice. And that's when I started, honestly, appreciating my own uniqueness in my voice and realizing that, hey, it's okay. You sound like this. I sound how I'm supposed to sound. I'm not trying to be the next person that already exists, like Miranda Lambert, Miss Dolly or any of that. I want to be Brei Carter, and I want to be in my lane and, celebrated for who I am as an individual.
Awesome. Now, I believe every band or artist is influenced by someone. Who are some of yours?
Oh my goodness. It goes way back. Dolly Parton, the late great Miss Loretta Lynn, Mr. Charley Pride, Alabama, Tanya Tucker, Tammy Wynette, Crystal Gale, the Temptations, Aretha Franklin,
Wow.
The OJs, the Pointer Sisters, Tina Turner. So it was honestly a combination. Shirley Caesar, great gospel singer. So some of all of that was who I grew up listening to. Oh, and just really just gave me the love even more for, country music. And I just knew that was the lane that I was supposed to be in, if that makes sense.
Nice. Now, did you grow up in Nashville or somewhere else?
No, I am a Southern belle still, though. I am originally from Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
But as a kid, I grew up in Louisiana, but also on the West Coast in LA and in San Francisco and Oregon. And unfortunately, when I was younger, my parents divorced. And when they divorced, we lived on the West Coast. And my grandparents wanted us to, move back to Louisiana because my mother being a single mom at the time, she just kind of worried about my mom just being out there. So we moved back to Louisiana at the time.
Oh, wow. Very cool. Now, your debut album, Brand New Country, available now on iTunes and Amazon. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, my goodness. Brand New Country. Amazing. My friends kind of joke. They're like, what do you mean not the same old country? I'm like, it's different. Now, I grew up with traditional, and that's what I truly have a love for. But the wonderful thing to me about Brand New Country is that there's so many different stories on the album, and there's so many different producers that I work with. So you hear the different sounds, you hear the different layers of my voice on the different songs and what have you. So that's kind of the great thing to me about the Brand New Country, that I have producers from Nashville, from Clarksville, from Atlanta, from St. Louis. So just across the board, so many different areas.
Nice. This podcast is going to feature two of your tracks, Gave Him a Girl and the cover you did of Charley Pride's Kiss an Angel Good Morning. What's the story behind Gave Him a Girl, and what made you cover Charley Pride?
Okay. First question, Gave Him a Girl. That's my story. My mom's favorite pastime is fishing. So I grew up on the banks fishing and actually out on the water fishing. I used to go hunting with my uncles and my grandfather. So I talk about skinning a coon. They're like, skinning a coon? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm from the South. And would I eat coon today? Probably not. But I know about skinning a coon and all of that. I'm just being truthful. Uh-huh. So it's my story. And unfortunately, growing up, I was bullied and what have you, because I've never seen color. I've always seen people as people.
Right.
And when I first moved back to Louisiana, I used to get picked on for, just loving people in general. And I used to get picked on. And then finally I stood up for myself one day and the bullying stopped. So Gave Him a Girl is my story. Dad wanted a boy, but obviously I'm the girl, and they get the best of both worlds because I like to get all dressed up and pretty, but I don't mind dirty and being adventurous and having a good time. And then as far as the cover song, Kiss an Angel Good Morning, when I was a little girl living in Oregon, when my parents were together, my dad used to sing Mr. Charley Pride all the time. And I remember that song growing up, Kiss an Angel Good Morning. And I just knew I wanted to cover it. But I think for me, the sad thing is when I covered it and it took so long to actually release it, I was in hopes when I recorded it that, oh my goodness, Mr. Charley Pride, he's going to hear it. He's going to love it. And all of a sudden, unfortunately, he passed away before it was even released, but his wife, Miss Rosine, she liked the song. So she gave her blessings, her seal of approval on the song and also on the video. So that was really, refreshing. And that was really, it just made a huge difference for me in just the direction that I was trying to go with the song.
That's awesome. Now, how do you approach songwriting? What's your creative process like?
Sometimes I may wake up in the middle of the night with a thought, and I say the Spirit gives it to me. I tell people I'm a God lover. I'm not perfect, but a lot of inspiration comes from God, comes from other people and their stories. So initially, if a thought comes, it could be a hook or it could be a line or a couple of words put together. Then all of a sudden, I'll just start jotting things down. And then a lot of times I'll get with someone else that. So I'm more of a lyricist versus doing the melody and what have you. Mm-hmm. So with that, a lot of times I will do a collaboration with someone only to kind of get the feel of the melody if it doesn't come to me.
Nice.
And then I'll just start writing. So everything isn't necessarily my story. Sometimes it's someone else's story. It could be someone near and dear or close to me, or something that I've heard someone else talk about that I know is real, and I want to tell the story about it.
Nice. Now, if you could do a collaboration with anybody, who would it be and why?
You know what? I have a whole long laundry list. I would say one person would be, I love Chris Stapleton. Uh-huh. He's just so soulful. I would love to do something with him because he's country, he's soulful. And I just feel that gospel background too. And it kind of represents who I am, with the country, with the soul, with the elements of gospel there too. He'd be someone great. I love to do something with Shania Twain. I'd love to do something. I know Gretchen Wilson hadn't done anything in a while. I'd love to do something with her. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit of grit and what have you. So there are so many that I'd like to, there's so many people that I'd consider doing something with. Luke Combs. Yes, I love him. So,
yeah.
So there's a lot of names. There's a lot of people out there. I definitely wouldn't back away. Blake Shelton, I think that would be kind of cool too.
Mm-hmm. Do you watch the show Yellowstone?
Oh my goodness. That is one of my favorite shows. I'd do something with Lainey. I'd do something with, I can't think of the other guy, Bingham. I can't think of his first name. Mm-hmm. I would do something with him. I'd love to even make a cameo or do an appearance on the show. That is one of my favorite shows, that, and I also love Monarch. So I'd probably say those are two of my favorites.
You should try to send some of your music over to the show. Maybe they'd put you on in an episode.
That would be so amazing and a dream come true. Yeah. So I grew up watching old Western movies and stuff like that. Even when I go back to my parents, because my mom remarried, when I go back home, I'll sit down sometimes with my dad, but I'll sit around with him sometimes and we'll watch the old black and white Westerns and all of the older shows. And I love that. And Yellowstone it just embodies just the country and just the love of land and people and family. Although unfortunately, there's controversy, but there's controversies in most families. So it's like it's real life, and I just love it.
Yeah, it's a great show, and I think it would be pretty cool if you were on there one time.
Hey, if you guys are listening, Brei Carter phone.
What is it about music that makes you passionate?
For me, I think because especially when I do music, when I listen to music, when I'm writing music, when there's anything with me and music, it's like the world comes to a standstill. And it feels like nothing else matters, in the sense that no matter what issues or problems I have, it seems like it kind of dissipates and it goes away. And it just feels like everything's going to be okay. So music is just, because it has no boundaries, and you can have all the type of feelings. I can feel happy. I can even feel sad. I can feel emotional. I can reminisce about times growing up. It's just, music is just, I don't know. It's just, other than being universal, it's just sometimes it's hard to explain. It's just a feeling that I get lost in time with it.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's therapeutic.
For sure.
I love it. I mean, when if you have a day where you're just really stressed out or maybe even down or something like that, and then you turn on some great music and lifts your spirits up, I think.
It truly does. That's why I said it embodies it kind of embodies the body and the mind and everything, in the essence of, honestly, of who I am when I think music. And it just seems like everything's going to be okay. So if I'm in the studio or having rehearsal or at a concert, it's like nothing else for the moment. I'm able to really be present. And that's one of the things that I wanted to make sure, like going out of 22 and 23, other than music, I just wanted to make sure when I was somewhere that I just focused a little bit more and I was more present in the moment. Because it's just so important in the times that we live in.
Exactly. What are your plans for the rest of the year?
I'm hoping and praying. I had my debut at CMA Fest last year. I'm hoping that I'll get an opportunity to play again this year, maybe on a larger stage. But I will take the same stage again if you guys are listening. The Nashville, the Grand Prix, I got a chance to perform there, hoping for a different stage. I got a chance to perform at the Opry's 97th birthday bash. Honestly, I'm just prayerful. Whatever opportunities come my way, I'm always humble in the fact that whether it's a round or a performance of 100 people or 1,000 or 10,000, it's all the same to me. Or And it's just a matter of being able to perform and share my craft and, ideally, prayerfully be able to touch someone in the things that I sing and in my movements on stage.
Cool. Do you have a website you'd like to promote?
I do. It's BreiCarter.com. It's BREI. So it's Brei Carter, BREICARTER, BreiCarter.com. And then I'm on all the socials at Brei Carter, the same. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. The only one I probably don't do a whole lot of is the Snapchat, but everything else, I'm on Twitter. I'm across the board on all the platforms at Brei Carter. So they can find me, like, love, follow, stream me on Spotify, across all the platforms, download. All of the above would be greatly appreciated.
That's awesome. Now, is there anything you'd like to mention that we didn't talk about today?
No, just that that I'm a lover of life and a lover of people, and I just want to touch the masses through my music and make a difference in someone's life. Like you mentioned, music being therapeutic, I do know that music saves. There are a ton of lives that music has saved, and I just hope and pray that through my music that I'm able to touch someone's life and make a difference, and I'm able to help close the boundaries of color lines and of people being different, and realize that on the inside, it doesn't matter even what walk of life someone has come from, that we are truly all the same, and we are all in need of love and just treating people right. Absolutely.
Well said. Well, Brei, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today and sharing your stories and your music with us.
No, thank you so much for having me. It's been such a delight. And I look forward to, talking again in the near future.
Yeah, let's definitely stay in touch. If you put out another record in the near future, I'd love to have you back on. All right.
Most definitely. Thank you and God bless. Love you guys.
All right. You take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Whenever I chance to meet some old friends on the street, they wonder how does a girl get to be this way. I've always got a smiling face, anytime and any place, and every time they ask me why, I just smile and say, you've got to kiss an angel good morning and let him know you think about him when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love him like a devil when you get back home. Well, people may try to guess the secret of happiness, but some of them never learn it's a simple thing. The secret I'm speaking of is a woman and a man in love, and the answer is in the song that I always sing. You've got to kiss an angel good morning and let him know you think about him when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love him like a devil when you get back home. Kiss an angel good morning, love him like a devil. Kiss an angel good morning and let him know you think about him when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love him like a devil when you get back home. Kiss an angel good morning and let him know you think about him when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love him like a devil when you get back home.
The Record Machine Show is a weekly radio podcast produced by Jimmy Howell Productions. All rights reserved. For information regarding distribution or adding this podcast to your website, please visit our contact page at therecordmachineshow.com to submit your request. Thanks for listening. See you next time on The Record Machine Show.
The Record Machine Show.